Hello all, my name is Siva Prashant. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today in this particular video, we are discussing about prerequisite software installations for solving data science and machine learning problems for different applications. Okay, so as a part of this, so the one of the first part is artificial intelligence, data science, machine learning, and deep learning. So what kind of softwares do we need to install for solving all these such kind of problems? Okay. So, and after that, first of all, let us go to programming part. In this programming part, we have many languages. So, when I said languages, in the sense, you guys already might aware like C, C++. So, the advanced versions of all these things like Python we have, R programming we have, Java you have, and Julia we have. So, these all softwares are very important, guys. At the initial stage, people mostly worked on C and C++, and after this gone there, then after that Python came into the picture. In this Python also initially have one version like a 2.8 something version we have, and after that 3.1 there, 3.2 there, 3.6 there, 3.8.3 is there, 3.8.2 is also there. But so like that Python also there. Python have 4 to 5 versions are there. So these 5 versions are like the difference between the version to version is like development, upgrading. So you guys already heard about this, but still I am telling you. So why? Because I will tell you why the version is very important, and version is placing a major role for solving data science and machine learning problems. Okay, keep that aside. And out of all these software, guys, keep listening carefully. Out of all these softwares, Python software is really helpful to us, because in this data science problem, generally we will get a data. In that data, we need to do so many data manipulations. Means like to find out the inferences. Means like suppose example I will tell you. You have suppose one Excel sheet. In that Excel sheet, there is a class members are left side and their marks also left side. Okay, so in this particular thing, you want to do some data visualization thing. Means like how people got scored this many marks, like less than 50 or greater than 50. So such kind of stuff we need to do coding a lot. So for that coding, this Python is really helpful to us. Okay, so and another thing, within a less time, so Python, almost all data science people, many more people mostly using Python because it is easy to learn. Okay, so that is the thing here. And after that, Python have two IDEs. So IDEs is in the sense integrated development environment. Integrated development environment means how can say so. These two are like our front end work. This Python is our back end work. You guys understand, right? These two are front end. Python is the back end. Means like we are solving Python by using Jupyter. We are solving Python. We are using Python by using Spider. So these two are IDEs. So if you install these softwares, it would be very helpful to you to write a program and to execute the command line by line. Okay, so these two are very helpful to us. And if you want to install these two softwares, Spider and Jupyter, in order to that you need to install an Anaconda software. If you install Anaconda prompt, then automatically you will get Spider and Jupyter. Okay, so in this Spider and Jupyter, and another thing, this R programming also you will get in Anaconda prompt. So now you got a very good clarity, right? So in order to install these two things, first we need to install this, and inside of that Anaconda prompt, these two things already there. If you want to install this, again you need to install that. Okay, then after that, this part is finished. And another thing, guys, if you learned about Spider and Jupyter, it would be very helpful to you in terms of cloud platforms also. When I said cloud, in the sense, you guys already heard about these names: Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure Databricks, and Google Cloud Platform. And not only these things, 7 or around 10 more cloud platforms also there. Those are small. These are like they are trending in the market. These are very top 3 cloud platforms in the market. Okay, so this is a kind of environment, right? So if you habituated in this environment, you don't need to learn for some other environment. Here also, in these 3 softwares also, in these 3 cloud platforms also, this environment is available there. So directly you can run the code here. Okay, just remember these things. I will tell you what is this and where we can use, and how the cloud platforms will be helpful to us. Then after that, this thing is gone. Then let's see. Virtual environment. Virtual environment means if we want some particular environment. So here I already said like Python have 4 to 5 versions are there, and you guys here it has written deep learning. Here the deep learning have frameworks, Keras, TensorFlow, and PyTorch. So when I said frameworks, in the sense, so this framework means it is like some particular structure. So in the structure, if you learn that framework means based on that structure you need to execute the code, or you need to run that. Okay, kind of like that. So here sometimes Keras also have 2 to 3 versions, and TensorFlow also have 2 to 3 versions. PyTorch also have some versions. For some particular problem statements, means like we can say data science and machine learning applications, we have many applications like mechanical applications, we have electrical applications, we have civil applications, we have like not only engineering, many other applications also we have. So according to that particular application, we need to install Keras, some X version, Python, some Y version. Okay. So these both means like Keras here we are using first version, Python here we are using second version. So we are integrating these two softwares together. Okay. And for some other problem statements, we need to install Keras second version and Python fourth version. So every time we can't install, for one particular student, okay, this time we install Python, and after that we need to install another time we need to uninstall the first Python and install the second Python. Like that. So it is difficult, to solve the problem so it will be very difficult to solve such kind of problems. So for that, what we need to do, we will create a virtual environment. So when I said virtual environment means here we have two softwares. One is PyCharm and one is VS Code. So if you want to start one project, directly you can click file, you can go to file and click new project. In that one, whatever the versions you need for that particular problem statement, it's like Python, okay, you took one problem, for that problem you need to install Python 4th version or 5th version, like that Keras also. So whatever you need, you can keep all these all these versions, whatever you are connecting together, everything we will keep in one folder. So that folder we can create easily in either VS Code or PyCharm. Okay. So this is very important, guys. Generally people mostly prefer VS Code, and almost even people prefer for PyCharm also. That is your interest and according to your problem statement, and how much it would be helpful to you. Like so different people like different things, right? So whatever is interest to you, you can go through it. My suggestion both are good. For different problem statements I use VS Code, I use PyCharm as well. Okay, and here my suggestion is Python. And after that, coming into the data visualization. So here the data visualization means, I already said you, data visualization means, so whatever data CSV file, suppose in terms of school we have we are getting what school data, children data and all, not children, school students data we are getting. So if we go to some mechanical industry, we have many sensors. So on that time we used to get a sensor value. So sensor value is also a data, and sometimes the sensor will not work. So if sensor will not work means it will not save that data point in a particular place in that Excel sheet. So on the time it would be empty. Because sometimes sensor will work may over. Means like if anything something happened to that, sensor will be work over. On the time the value should be very high. That's what that is generally we used to call it outlier. So wherever the value was missed, so that is a missed value. So we need to do some EDA part. EDA in the sense exploratory data analysis. So I will tell you about what is EDA. So for that, for doing EDA and for removing outliers and for imputing values and all, we need a data visualization tool. So because data visualization tool will very helpful to us to clean the data. So whatever values, base values or that is not related to that particular case, but still the value was came, no one knows like how it was came. So for that we need to clean that such kind of data. So for that data visualization tool very helpful to us, guys, trust me. And generally data visualization have some separate softwares. One is Tableau, second one is Power BI. Power BI is both softwares are really helpful for different applications. This is the first version, this is the advanced version compared to the Power BI. Tableau has the advanced version. So generally these softwares where people will use to do is in business analytics and pharma related problems. For that generally people used to work on these both problems on these both softwares. People used to work there. And after that we have Python visualization also, means like data visualization. This is also data visualization. In this data visualizations we have Plotly, Matplotlib, Seaborn, Bouquet, and some other data visualization libraries also there. For that, if we install Python in the sense, automatically we can install this Plotly, pip install Plotly, pip install Matplotlib. Like that we can install these softwares. And the first version is Matplotlib you need to learn, and after that Seaborn is the advanced version of Matplotlib, and this Plotly is the advanced version of Seaborn. Okay, so these all softwares are really helpful to us to visualize the data, how the people are distributed, how the college student marks are getting distributed, like less than 50, greater than 50, how they are distributed. and suppose there is a city, in that city how many people have less than 5 feet of its height, how many people have greater than 5. So for kind of all these things, we need to visualize that whatever the data we have after collecting, we need to visualize it. For that, there is a visualization software we need mandatory. And there is another topic called statistical analysis. So when I said statistical analysis, in the sense, which means I already discussed this. Okay, in class have 100 members and all. So here there is a subject marks we have in that particular column. So in that particular column, we need to check about what is the mean of that the value. I mean, like out of 100 people, how many people are more intelligent, how many people are weak, and how many people are in between some x point to y point. So such kind of things, mean, median, variance, and we have some other things also, distributions. We have 68 distributions in scikit-learn library. I will tell you about all these things also. And so here we have two softwares. Not only two, we have some other softwares also, but generally people used to use R programming and SPSS. Mostly these are these both are like completely professional for statistical analysis. These two are like completely professional for data visualization. When I said professional, means like professional. Okay, so like only for that purpose. There is no for other purpose. So here Python also have library. Python also have some other libraries also. But these are not particularly for Python. But these are particularly for data visualization. These are particularly for statistical analysis. Now you got a good idea about this, right? Okay, and yeah, another thing. Guys, when I started my career as a mechanical engineer, and after that I tried to take a transition into data science, so I also learned about watching many tutorials in internet, which is available in internet, like a Krishnaik or Sentex. So many tutorials are there. So in these tutorials, whatever they are teaching, everything I am listening and I am not noting down everything. But after some time, what I understand is whatever I read, everything I forgot. Only few things I remembered. So why I'm telling about this thing right now is, so whatever I explained today, just you spend some time on yourself and make it note down everything. Not don't worry about these lines and all. So today I didn't keep arrow marks properly, but next time also I'll keep properly. So whatever I explained, wherever you find some, when I said about this is the head of this, so this is related to this one, this is also related to this one, these are the NL software, this is related to Python and R programming. Okay, so this is another topic, so we can keep arrow mark here also, and this is another topic, we can keep arrow mark here also. So these are one thing, like that. Okay, so everything you make it down. If you have any doubts, please feel free to ask me. I created one Telegram group channel also. I already posted that one in my YouTube. So I mean the description of the video, this particular video. And please join into that one. And we have Twitter accounts and Facebook account and no WhatsApp as of now. So whatever doubts you have, just you keep in that comment box. I am ready here. I'm ready to here to explain about whatever I have knowledge. If though I don't have a knowledge, I will get it from outside, the resources and all, and after that I will tell you. Okay guys, thank you very much. Please like my channel and please share it to your friends and all our data science community members. Thank you all. Signing off.